Hello all, welcome to my session, Unified Security Operation and Governance Framework. And I am Vaibhav Suneja. I work at Accenture as a senior manager for data and AI. Before I move forward, let me ask you all a very quick question. How many of you are up to the challenge that you are not aware of what is the security coverage you are receiving in your environment through different security tools? I'm pretty sure you would all be working on to multiple security tools in your organizations. You would have multiple EDRs, multiple NDRs, multiple XDRs, multiple different SIEMs might be, multiple different things to protect your cloud. But how sure you are that your whole state is being covered or your whole environment is being covered by those tools and it is secure? How many of you have the visibility into your security posture? Well, today I'm going to show you how easily you can have that through an elk stack, how you can build that solution for yourself. So let me briefly talk about SIM. I won't name any SIM over here, but I'm pretty sure you would be using one of the SIMs and every where you see the similar challenges. If I talk about the coverage, uh, yes, SIM it is focused mainly on incident response and threat handling. You get say the security incidents or security events. There are people on your SOC who works on it. And that's my exactly the second point. The SOC is the primary consumer, and it definitely provides you the risk analysis across multiple different security domains, like how, and maybe at certain level also provides you the threat modeling based on what level of tools you are using. But does it provides you the overall tools health? Say if you rely on your security enrichment or your security events enrichment from six different tools, from your feeds coming from EDRs, from your feeds coming from NDRs, your threat intel coming from third parties. Does your SIM tells you that all those feeds are healthy? Yes, you can configure it, but is it configured for you? Well, I'm pretty sure the answer would be surely be no. So that's why we talk about a concept called security operation and governance. So the purpose of security operation and governance is like it is majorly delivered for CISO and focuses on trend analysis, adoption, and instance health, which are derived from SIM, but they are not come by default out of the box from any SIM offering in the market. Oh, well, this would be a very good example, like where I've said picture says 1,000 incidents. Say you got a day zero vulnerability and on some endpoints, and your security team jumps on it, your Intel team jumps on it, Linux team jumps on it. Everyone goes to do the patching based on the advisory from the security. But how would you know what is the percentage of hosts where that patching has been complete or a virus definition has been updated? If you go and look into the SIM, you will get okay, the virus definition, like in this case, virus definition is out of date. On host 1, on host 2, on host 3, you may get 1,000 incidents like that. But what does that 1,000 incidents contribute to in case of your security exposure? Does it means there's a large amount of security vulnerabilities that you need to patch. So what is the view you're going to give to CISO, whether it's 10%, 20%, or 80%? At end of the day, what you would like to report is like, okay, there's only 10% of hosts which are out of the date. And yes, those are in progress because those are maybe the old host running old OS, and the new virus definitions are not really compatible to it. So yes, it's kind of work in progress. So having the view on the left, like it's a picture, like it's showing you, okay, like how better you can get at it. But on the right, if you take those 1,000 incidents to anyone, it won't make sense unless you're really taking it to a SOC engineer. So I've spoken a few things about security operation and governance, but let me talk about the few use cases that you can get by building your own security operation and governance tools on Elk Stack. Definitely a tool saturation where you can get coverage by each tool, get overall coverage trend, get basically get have a single source of truth. So you will can have the comparisons with CMDB. You can have the comparisons. Okay, how many CIs are there in CMDB? How many are patched? How many are being scanned by a vulnerability scanner? How many are being scanned by your EDRs? But and most of the times you will see that CMDB is not up to date because the numbers that you will get out of it, it will tell there are large number of CS that are being scanned by a vulnerability scanner, but those are not in CMDB. Change impact, have a one view of active sources, like change, like if you're working on a certain type of sims, then change in the like how the data gets ingested, change in different fields, field mappings, 0 day upgrades, patches, change in like missing data, adoption trends around best practices, like how many accounts have the MFA enabled, what is the exception tracking, like what are the accounts for which it is not enabled, having everything on a one single glass pane, how good that would be. Physical device monitoring, like if someone lost their laptop, so getting that feed from the ITSM to actually have that overall view for your security posture. Well, this is the security operation governance framework that we developed on Elk Stack. Well, you can also develop it for yourself, like as you can see, and why Elk Stack was chosen for building the security operation governance framework, primarily because of ease of integration, ease of setup, and ease of flexibility. I would say that's most important because you are not being tied to a proprietary same solutions or anything like that. You will have one solution for your security operation and governance that can get the feeds from multiple different SIEMs. So you can integrate with multiple different SIEMs for multiple different, say, business areas, like if they are having on their SIEMs or even multiple different organizations to get one view of how your overall security posture is looking like. So rather than looking into 10 different sources, rather than going into your vulnerability scanners to see, okay, how many CIs are being scanned by it, and comparing it with your EDR scanners, as you can see the numbers on the top, you get everything in one place. And also get, okay, how many, say, what is the virus definition trend, like how many CIs have been patched. Similarly for um, vulnerability patching, for host and intrusion patching, everything. Like if you see on the left side, you can have those different use cases. You can get a operations management executive view, what you are seeing here. You can get one view for your intrusion prevention system. Imagine you are using multiple intrusion prevention system, most commonly being from um, Cisco and others. So like where you can have feed coming from the multiple different tools, rather than going into and jumping through different dashboards. You can have all the feeds coming in your Elk stack and have a views like this. have views around security scans, privilege account management, have one view for the vulnerability overview. So having everything in one place for management to consume, for CISO to consume, for you to tell what is your security posture. Yes, it's all possible through Elk Stack. So I know like I'm going pretty fast here. So just in interest of time, and since it's a virtual session, if you have any questions, please drop it in the chat box. I'm surely to respond to you. And even after this session, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me through a LinkedIn or any other channels. And if you have any other questions to see, okay, how this platform can needs to be developed, I can surely help you there. So finally, we have this SIM versus SOG. I hate to do this comparison because we are not saying your SOG will replace SIM. What we are saying is they need to work hand in hand. So whatever enrichments whatever the data you get from SIM, whatever the events you get in SIM, have to go to your SOG. And whatever the enrichments you get from SOG, what are the outcomes you get from SOG, saying your data sources stopped sending data, your scanners are not working, your uh, systems are not patched. That information has to be enriched back to SIM as well. And it's definitely possible through a Elk stack. So talking about just the comparison rather than different, I would say difference. What we are saying is like SIM is like perfect for SOC. If you have a team that just wants would be working on the incidents, security events day in day out, SIM is can provide the best framework for that, and even for your SOC capabilities. Whereas SOC it provides you much bigger picture rather than saying 10,000 incidents. It will tell you what impact you have on your security posture. Um, well, it's perfect for threat and SIM is perfect for incident and threat detection, whereas SOG lets you, it's more towards adoption and more towards the trends, saying what is your adoption percentage across multiple different security tools. It's perfect for threat intel. You can get multiple threat intels into SIM. You can get that in SOG as well. But the idea of SOG is to tell you whether there is any break in there. So imagine you get like you get some alerts from the adversary and you are under attack. So first thing they can do is they can cut down your threat intel feed, or they can just stop the machines which are doing the scans on your systems. They can stop their EDR scanning. And they can turn off the firewalls. So you can, but everything will still be logged in SOG. So you will able to see, okay, the coverage for me just 20 minutes back was 80%, and now it have fallen down to say 30%. So there is a big breach there. So you can enable the alerting that way. You can enable the zero trust SOAR playbooks from the outcomes from the security operation and governance. Well, I would say thank you. I would just stop over here. And as I mentioned, it's quite a big topic, and we have done a lot of work on this. So if you guys have any questions or you want to reach out to me, please feel free to drop a message here or reach out on LinkedIn. We can share more details with you and can also have some good conversations on security trends that we are seeing in the industry. Thank you.